So in our last class, we have seen how to look into the how the placement of the poles and the zeros, they can help us in modulating the frequency response of a digital system. Okay, and today we were to discuss about the different types of filters. Okay, previously we have already talked about while we were discussing the designing of the digital filter in the Laplace domain. We have discussed that the different types of filters include low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band reject filter, and notch filter. We are having this kind of these 5 types of filters. So if you look into the frequency response of the low pass filter, of an ideal low pass filter, it would be something like this. Okay, and here the frequency axis will vary from 0 to pi. This is for the high pass filter. This is Fc. This is Fc. Then band pass filter would be Fc1, Fc2. Then band reject filter, Fc1, Fc2, and notch filter. Something like that. Say Fc. So notch filter, it will just stop one frequency, right? Low pass filter 0 to Fc in case of ideal filter, this thing. Then high pass filter Fc2 pi. Then band pass filter Fc1 to Fc2. Okay, and band reject filter 0 to Fc1 and Fc2 to pi, and notch filter is only a single frequency component will be stopped. Okay, so now coming to the low pass filter, so let's draw the excuse me, Z plane. So this is the Z plane. Okay, now what you want to do, you want to pass the frequencies near to the zero frequency up to a critical frequency. Okay, now what we can do over here is that we have to place a pole near to this frequency axis. So once we have placed a pole, let's look into the frequency response over here from the top. I mean, when you are looking from the upside, you are getting that 0 to pi. So I am reversing this, I am putting the scale in this fashion. You will be getting this kind of thing, right? So this is 0 and this is pi. Okay, we will not consider the next half, the lower half. Why? Why we will not consider the lower half?
So due to Nyquist criteria, it will only go till 180 degree.
Yeah, placement of the pole, they will be in the 180 degree, up to 180 degree, that's true. But when you are putting the poles and the zeros, if you are putting a pole in the first half, in the second half also, in the lower half also, you will be getting a conjugate pole. Okay. So what will happen is that when you see from one of the side, suppose this is the tabletop, okay, and when you are looking into the tabletop from one of the side, then what will happen? Since you are having conjugate pole, the impression will be the same. Okay, the impression will be the same. So because of that reason, uh, we will not consider this thing for qualitative analysis. Okay, for qualitative analysis. So in this case, what you see at frequency 0, you will be having a maximum response, right? Because at that point you are having the lowest distance. So you will be starting with a low this thing. Sorry, you will be starting with a high this thing, and then you will be getting a response something like this, right? So if you just reverse it, 0 to pi, what you will get from the top, it will come and it will come down. Now one important thing to see over here is that at pi the amplitude response is not 0. Okay, at pi the amplitude response is not 0. That means it will allow a certain amount of the frequency FM to be passed through. Okay, and what we have discussed previously, we have discussed that the gain is a by root 2. So if you talk about the a by root 2, this is the maximum. So if I consider this as gain a, so a by root 2 would be somewhere over here. Okay, so somewhere over here it will be the FC1, but still beyond the FC1 and in the region of FC1 and pi, there will be some frequency components will be passing through. Even at pi frequency, at the position pi, you will be having some frequencies which are passing through. Now one of the important questions, why a by root 2? Why not a by root 3 or any other thing? Anyone?
Sir, 3 dB gain. 3 dB gain.
Okay, it's not 3 dB, it's minus 3 dB. Minus 3 dB gain. Good, but what is the fun over here? Why 3 minus of 3 dB? Why not minus of 4 dB? Why not minus of 5 dB or minus of 10 dB? Why we take a by root 2 as the cutoff frequency?
Power is
Anyone
half.
else? Huh?
Power is half at that point.
Exactly. So at a by root 2, the signal power it becomes p by 2. Okay. So due to this reason, we consider a by root 2 as the cutoff frequency. Okay. Now, if I want that I don't want any frequency at pi to be passed, and at FM the frequency component should be 0. So what modification should I bring to this filter? Anyone? What modification should I bring to this filter?
Add extra pole, sir.
Someone said extra pole. Anyone else? That is incorrect. unfortunately. Anyone else? Consider out
So
the
adding
things what
zero
I have
there?
taught in the last class. I said
So adding zero there?
I want to make at pi there should be no frequencies components. So what we should do?
We can add zero there.
There means where at
So
the
near
origin?
pi where we want,
Near
at pi where we
on
want,
pi, outside pi, inside unit circle. Where?
on pi, sir.
Yeah. So over the pi, because this is the frequency axis, and we have seen that or we have discussed, not seen that, we have discussed that 0 can be placed anywhere on the unit circle, even on the frequency axis. So we have to be careful while placing the poles, that poles cannot be put either on the unit circle or outside the unit circle. However, poles zeros can be placed anywhere. Okay. So I said that I want to look into this. I want to suppress the frequency component at pi. So if I have to suppress the frequency component at pi, we have to put a 0 at pi. Okay. So good. So you people are picking up. So if you look into the frequency response now, so I am not drawing this inverse plot. Okay. I hope you will be able to understand. If anyone is having any problem, just let me know. So now I will be having something like this, where my amplitude response, it gets 0 at pi. Okay. So this is the first case of a low pass filter. This is a second case of a low pass filter. Okay. Both are low pass filters. But the problem over here is that due to the natural properties of the poles and the zeros, over here you are getting the this thing. So depending upon the position of this pole, you will be getting the cutoff. But think of a condition that I tell you that at the lower frequencies, you have a definitive gain, but at a particular frequency you should have a cutoff. Okay. So what you will do? So when I talk about this thing, at the lower frequency you are having a similar to the 1, but at pi you are getting 0. In the first case it was not the 0, but in the second case you have got the 0. Now I have said that the cutoff frequency should be somewhere at pi by 2. Say for example. Okay. So how do I take up that kind of challenge? The thing is that you place the pole. Okay. You have placed the 0 over here. That's also fine for me. Now I have said that the cutoff frequency should be something. So you may say you want to have a by root 2 at pi by 2. Okay. The cutoff frequency. Now what you have to do? Beyond pi by 2, you have to place a 0. You have to place a 0. Okay. Now the important thing, if you remember, there is a problem over here. What is the problem? Is there any problem over here? In this structure, is there any problem in the third one?
Zeros are greater than poles, sir. Zeros are greater than poles.
Zeros are greater than poles, exactly. So the zeros, they are greater than pole. Okay. So what to do? We have to reinforce maybe which color? Maybe this one, purple. We have to reinforce another pole at this location only, or whatever suitable, wherever you find suitable, you can put another pole near to the frequency axis. Okay, you can put it over here also, right, at this location, but for the sake of simplicity, let's talk about at this location. Now what will happen? Now what will happen to the frequency response? Any idea? At lower frequency, what will happen? We have talked about modulus of Hz not equals to,
It will be
it is
maximum, sir.
proportional to d1 d2. So gain will be d1 is equal to d2 over here, so it is d square, so gain will be basically a square. It will start with a square, right? Then at this frequency, say fc1, it will come and it will come to 0, and remember the rubber membrane concept, and if you look from the top, so what will happen? From here to here, there will be another jump. So something like this, right? So you will be having frequency response something like this. Now if you have to bring it to a square, you just adjust the position of the poles so that you can adjust the height at the DC frequency or the amplitude at the DC frequency. Okay, am I clear?
Yes,
Because
sir.
this will be the basis
Yes,
of
sir.
understanding for the high pass filter and the band pass filter and the band reject filter and the notch filters. Okay, if you have understood,
Yes, sir.
okay, then
Sir,
let's, yeah.
sir, why do we have to place 0 after pi by 2?
Remember what we told, a by root 2. Okay, so if your cutoff is at fc1, so you have to place the 0 beyond this thing, beyond this pi by 2, and then you can have the fc1. Further, it depends. If you place another pole over here, you may have to place the 0 on the what you call, on the pi by 2 also, or maybe in some cases you may have to place a 0 before pi by 2. It depends. You have to calculate. Okay. So wherever you are
Yes, sir.
having, you have to put the zeros and you have to check at the FC you are having a by root 2 gain, right? So here I have just taken an example. I am considering that at pi by 2 you will be having a by root 2 if I place a 0 beyond pi by 2. But from case to case basis, it may be on pi by on the pi by 2 or on the pi by 2 also. It may be beyond the pi by 2 also. It may be before the it cannot be before the pi by 2, because otherwise your filter designing is will be wrong. But in some cases you may have this what do you call, cutoff before the pi by 2 itself. So in that case you may have to put the zeros before the pi by 2. Say for example, if I have a case, I place a pole over here. Okay, so the amplitude will be somewhat maintained. Okay, let me take the example. Let me draw it again. Okay. Here's something like this. You have placed we have placed one pole over here also. Okay, so what it will do, yeah, so the blue color this thing is for the fourth one. So suppose I place place the 0 at the same location as that of 3 over here. So how my this system would look like? Something like this. Okay, so this blue line is for the third, for the fourth, and this black line is for the third. Okay, so it depends. So if you see over here, your a by root 2 maybe somewhere here, so which is around pi by 2. So you may place the 0 at pi by 2, but you have to calculate. Okay, if you look into this one, for the same thing, if you place the 0 at the same place, your pi this thing is shifting beyond pi by 2. Okay, so it all depends what is your frequency response. You have to calculate, you have to estimate, and from there you have to analyze and you have to put the thing. So what I have told, that you have to place beyond this thing. So this is just an example. It is not a hard and fast rule. You have to calculate and you have to analyze the frequency response, and after analyzing it you have to place the zeros. Okay, anything else?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good.
Okay, sir.
Now coming to the high pass filter, the same logic applies. The same logic applies, but in a reverse way. First type of high pass filter would be this one. It will allow frequencies at pi to pass through, and 0 there will be some DC frequency. Same analogy. Are you getting my point? 2, This is also a high pass filter. Okay. 3. There is a double pole over here. Okay. This is also a high pass filter. This is also a high pass filter. Right? Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Now coming to
No, sir.
band pass filter. Band pass means we want some frequencies to be passed through, and outside that frequency range, frequency component should be suppressed. Here we will be selecting and placing the poles, okay, near to the a by root 2 frequency component. We have to calculate and we have to find out, okay, where we want to place the pole. So first is this one. So automatically what will happen? If you look into the frequency response, 0, pi, something like this. At 0 and pi, we are not getting any suppressed frequency components. Okay. So second type, we place 2 zeros. So it will be something like this. Now if you want a steeper roll-up, that means, see, if you see over here, it is a gradually it is increasing and gradually it is decreasing at the higher end. At this end it is gradually increasing and at this end it is gradually decreasing, and you are having cut off somewhere something like this. Okay, FC1 and FC2, right? So if you want a more steeper cutoff, you place zeros near to the pole. And if you want to still keep zeros at these two locations, 0 and pi, then you have to reinforce with multiple poles, either on these two poles itself or in between the poles. So what would happen in between the poles if you reinforce it? Usually we are telling that there will be a flat response, but if you look, these are some rubber membranes, right? So basically there will be a dip like this thing, right? Okay. Now if you reinforce two more poles inside between this, it will become more flat. Over here also there will be a dip. Oh, sorry. something like this. Okay. So now do you understand what is happening in band pass filter? Now let's go to then band reject filter. So in this region, you will be having a suppression of the gain, and if you look into the frequency response, something like this. So if you consider the FC1 and FC2, okay, this is band reject filter. Okay, and if you want to further, when I am telling that this will be this smooth, you can further increase the gain by putting up what you call poles over here. Let me show you how it will behave. So if say I put another pole over here and another pole near to this 0, then sorry. It will be something like this. See, the roll off, the decrease will be much more steeper. Okay, the decrease will be much more steeper. If your pole and zeros they are far apart, then the roll off or the decrease, it will be gradual, and if you put two more poles near this thing, it will be gradual. Okay, and there will be some this what do you call the variations will be there. The ripples will be there, not variations, ripples. So there will be some ripples in the pass band, just like in the stop band. Whatever the ripples we are getting, we will be getting some ripples in the pass band also. It's similar to this, so I am not considering that. Okay. Now the last type of filter is the notch filter. In the notch filter, it's very simple. It is a special case of band reject filter. Suppose at pi by 2, I want to stop a frequency component. I just put a 0 at pi by 2. Okay, just put a 0 at pi by 2. So what I will happen? I will get at pi by 2, there is a complete suppression of the signal. There is a complete suppression of the signal. You're getting my point? So this is how you can design the filters in the Z plane by the placement of poles and zeros. Okay. Any doubt till now? No.
Sir, describe about the rubber band filter.
There is no filter
No,
named
sir.
rubber band filter.
No, the putting the rubber and means
Were
from the
you
rubber.
not present in the class?
Yes, sir.
So what is the rubber band concept in the previous class? What we talked about?
Yes, sir.
Laplace domain. What we did?
By So on the S-plane, in rubber band membrane concept, we also describe about the high pass filter and all the means band pass filter
So
and
what we studied over there, what we discussed, we have designed that we have already talked, but what we have discussed. Anyone else?
by inserting the pin in the rubber band, we
Pin and rubber band? No,
we have to tie
that means you
it.
have not studied. Anyone
So,
else who can just brief up what we discussed in the rubber membrane concept in the Laplace domain?
sir,
Sir, in rubber membrane concept, we actually design filter without going in mathematical calculation.
So how do we design?
Sir, just by seeing the position of poles, by locating the poles, we designed the filter.
Okay. So what we do with the poles? What we consider?
We
Sir,
place a rubber
we
membrane
took
on
it
the.
as
Sir, we will place a pin at the pole position of the pole, sir.
So where will we put the pin? On the top of the
At
rubber
the-
membrane or at the bottom of the rubber membrane?
At the position of
Top
the
of
pole.
Uh-huh.
At the
No,
position of the pole.
bottom.
inserting it the middle.
Your voice is very slow. Can you please speak up a bit louder?
Sir, the both side will be tie, and in the middle we have to put the on the axis y-axis we have to put the pin by stretching it.
No, it's not about putting the pin on the y-axis. Y-axis is the frequency axis. Pin represents the zeros, and I said pin can be put anywhere on the axis.
Sir, what is
Bottom of the membrane.
the filter in the rubber band
Uh-huh.
concept, and what is this one?
What is the filter in the rubber membrane concept?
Yeah,
That is just a
how about
concept.
filter?
Understand how your amplitude response would vary. Rubber membrane is not a filter. So you have got it totally wrong.
Sir, what is this one you are describing now? Now
This
also
is,
you
oh my God, I have completed everything and now you are asking what you are discussing now.
no. I'm asking that is his rubber membrane concept, and this one
Have you
also.
gone through this lecture where I have discussed this slide?
Yes, sir, I have written everything and gone through
It's
it.
not about writing. You can write, but if you are not understanding, then just get yourself cleared, because as we go further, we will be taking up the previous lectures concepts, and uh, I would understand. I would have an understanding that you have understood everything. If you are not understanding, please get yourself cleared then and there itself.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So if you see over here, can you see the cursor? I will not write it down over it again. Okay. So can you see this rubber membrane, this concept? I said it is a qualitative method. What I
Yes, sir.
said, suppose we are having a table and over that we place a rubber membrane, okay, and which has been tied all throughout,
Yes.
right? Now somewhere if we place a pin beneath this rubber membrane, it will make a this conical shape like structure like this one,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now what we said is that when you are having like this, if you have included a pin over here near to the DC frequency, so what will happen? If you consider this one, can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The said
So
it.
if you consider this one, so what will happen? At 0 to omega 2, you are basically cutting, because if you see it, this cone, it is spanning onto the right side also.
Yes, sir.
It is
Left
spanning
side.
on the right side also, but we are interested only on the frequency axis. So if we are interested only in the frequency axis, we will just slice it. And when we slice it, we get something like this. So somewhere we are having 0 something like here, then we are having omega 2, up to omega 2 we are having some values, and beyond this thing we are having. So when we plot this graph, it comes out to be something like this.
Yes, sir.
So this becomes, so but we are interested from 0 to omega by 2, so my frequency response is this one.
Sir, where we use this concept?
Uh-huh.
Where means the rubber membrane concept, this kind of filter where we use in
It is
the
not a filter. Sorry. Rubber membrane is a concept to understand if you place a pole and zero at certain location, how it will behave.
okay, only the case study, not in practical use.
No. In practical use, if I give you one filter, I have already designed one filter, and if I give you the filter and I tell you what kind of filter it is, and can you tell me qualitatively the nature of the filter, you can just qualitatively analyze. You cannot do anything else with this thing, rubber membrane concept. It is just a conceptual method to understand how the placement of the poles and the zeros would affect your amplitude response, not even the phase response, only the amplitude response. It is just a qualitative method.
Sir, this question you had asked in the exam, so what to write?
Yeah. What exam? What we have
The
written?
demo test one, and demo test two.
Hmm?
So, what is rubber membrane concept? Means what to write?
What is now rubber membrane concept? It is a concept to analyze the frequency response of a filter. Then you have to take up some examples depending upon what is the marks, and you have to describe how it can help you. So if you see, I have already dedicated one full slide over here to make you
Yes, sir. Yeah,
understand
yeah,
how
yeah.
the rubber membrane concept it has helped us in designing, see, high pass filter, notch filter. We have initially
Yes,
discussed
yes,
with the low pass filter. Okay.
yes, sir.
Then we have talked about this band pass filter, see over here. So we have discussed all these things.
No, it's I'll say ECG we used to rate the heartbeat or something. So
ECG
this
is used
one
to read heartbeat, means
means the frequency from the means the heart rate record, the graph of that one. So this one.
okay. Now can you do one thing? Can you either call me or your or the TA after the class? Anyone else who is having any understanding problem? Because otherwise we'll be losing much of the time. Anyone else having any other problem with the understanding?
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
And the person who is having, you
No,
please
sir.
either first call the TA and get the concepts clear. If you find it difficult, then you call me again. Okay. Maybe after 7 o'clock in the evening when I am free. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now let's look into the another example. Not example, understanding. We call it radial positioning. Okay. We call it radial positioning. Okay. Now in the radial positioning, what do you mean? the radial positioning, the term radial means it comes from radius. Okay, so over here we have seen that from the origin the frequency axis is having a radius of 1 from 0 to pi. Okay, so this is, say for example, this is the radius. So along this radius, if I have to look into omega 0, where we will be having the maximum effect of the pole or the zero across this radius at omega 0. If I draw a radius from origin to the omega 0, so if I place a pole on this radius, I will be having the maximum effect of the pole or the zero onto the omega naught. Okay. So for the sake of understanding, I will take a simpler case over here. Right. So in the first instance, I will place a pole at 0.9. Okay. Maybe one pole at P equals to 1. Maybe one pole equals to 0.5. Okay. So what will be the effect? Anyone?
That will affect on the amplitude value.
Amplitude, it was okay. First of all, I was just looking into your understanding. The first thing is that we cannot place a pole on P equals to 1.
Yes,
It will
sir,
drive.
yes, sir.
It will make the system marginally stable.
Yeah, below 1. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why I forgot to put it on the first place instance. I started with 0.9, but you people didn't answer even. So you have to be very careful, right? So on the first instance, you should have told, sir, that is not possible.
Sorry,
Right? Then say P equals to 0.3. Okay. See, these are on the same line. So, but what will happen to the amplitude response? As you come towards the frequency component across the radius, what you will find? First, for the 0.9, you should get something like this, right? This is for 0.9, 0.9. Second, when we go for 0.5, maybe slightly upper. Okay, so this is for, this red one is for 0.5, and the last one it is for 0.3. Okay, so see, all of them, they are low pass filter, but as we place the what you call pole near to the what you call omega 0 point, the amplitude response will be higher, and as we move away from the frequency axis, our amplitude response, it will start decreasing drastically. Okay, it will start decreasing drastically. So this is what it happens when we position the poles in a radius but at different magnitude of the radius. Okay, so omega 0 will be remaining same in the radial positioning. Your omega 0, that means the frequency where the pole or the zero will be affecting the most, it will remain the same. However, the magnitude of the effect will vary drastically. Okay. So, if you consider, we talked about this about the pole. Now, if you consider a effect of zeros, in 0 we can put it as 1, then we can put another 0. So these are all cases. Okay, these are all cases. Don't misunderstand that misunderstand that these are separate poles. Okay, these are all cases: case 1, case 2, case 3. Okay, here also we can have case 1 we can have 0 at 1. In the second case we can have 0 at 0.5, and in the third case we can have at 0.3. Okay, so in this way we will be having. So what is happening? Suppose we have a pole at pi, say for example. So in the first case, at DC frequency we will be having 0, then it is increasing. Then in the second case, it will start somewhere here and it will go to the same point. Okay, in the third case it will start and it will go to the same point. Okay, maybe I have drawn it a bit wrong. Something like this. This is for the second case, and this is for the third case. Okay, so this is for z equals to 1. The second one is for 0.5 and third one is for 0.3. Now if you see here, when we have positioned it onto the frequency axis, it has completely suppressed. When we have moved outside, it has complete the effect of the 0 on that frequency axis, it has reduced, and when we have further increased the distance, the effect of the 0 at that frequency point, it has minimized significantly. The similar effect we have seen that when we place the pole near to the frequency axis, its effect on that particular frequency, it is the greatest. Okay, so what that means, when we place a pole or a 0 across the radius, along the radius which is affecting a particular frequency omega 0, we will be having maximum effect when the pole is or the 0 is near to the omega 0 point. As we move away from the omega 0 point towards the origin of the z plane, then we will be having a reduced effect. Okay, so this is how we can understand the effect of the poles and zeros using the rubber membrane concepts, and that this rubber membrane concept can give us sufficient knowledge, or at least the qualitative knowledge on how to design the filters. Okay. Another important thing is that in what I will do, we will discuss it in the next class. We are having only 2 or 3 minutes, so it will be difficult to complete. Okay, so any other questions?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So if we cannot place a poles in unit circles. So if we are interested in the frequency component at pi by 2 or pi or 0, then how to get that?
Yeah,
How to
you
get
place
that signal?
as close as near to the 0 at pi by 2. Say for example, you place it at 0.99, right?
Okay.
At 1, it will become unstable. At a radius of 1, if you try to place the pole over here, right, it will be unstable, but you can place near to it. It should be not 1, it should have some distance. Basically, if you are having some distance, then it's okay. It should not be, distance cannot be 0, because we are talking about in the denominator. If you remember our this gain, this thing, modulus of hz, it was basically r1
Distance.
r2 divided by d1 d2 and so on. Okay, so if d1 becomes 0, then this becomes infinity, and if modulus of hz becomes infinity, that means that is an unstable system at that frequency. So it is frequency related at some frequency omega 0. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But if r1 becomes 0, if you place it over there, the distance becomes 0. But what will happen? This will become 0. It is not getting infinity, right? Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, we will disperse today.